if I can get it open. I never can get it
Tiny
open.
little medic.
Oh, here it is. Tiny administrator and tiny sniper.
Don't tell anyone that we keep them in a suitcase.
In my tiny suitcase. Short gave me this tiny suitcase. And Oliver.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Emerald City Comic-Con. Today, we've got some very special guests here. My name is Shock. I'm a tf2 content creator, and I'm joined by the amazing tf2 cast. We've got Gary Schwartz, Ellen McClain, John McCrory, and Dennis Bateman. And yeah, these legends gathered here today to answer some questions in a bit. But first, how are you guys doing?
It's too freaking cold.
Yeah, it is.
And I blame you guys. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of you could warm the place up. I'm talking about the state. I mean, it's plenty warm in here. You're doing your job in here, but outside, you suck.
It is very cold, yeah.
Can't wait 5 years, the world will be burning.
I'm traveling from Scandinavia, so I was expecting to get away from the cold, but it's worse. So, it's going.
Very un-Seattle. Very un-Seattle.
Well, it's good to hear you guys are doing good, besides the cold. We've got some questions written down that we might as well just jump into. So, a lot of you guys love Valve and love the game, and a lot of people want to know, do you guys have any sort of favorite memory in total with working with Valve? Like any sort of day where you came in and did some weird lines, or anything like that?
One came to mind when you mentioned that. I was doing a theater show in Florida maybe 13 years ago, and I got a call from my agent saying that the Valve Corporation wants you to do some voices for tf2. And I said, well, I'm sure I can find a studio down here somewhere in Boca Raton. And he said, well, yeah, you'll need to do that. It's not for the game, though. And I said, it's not for the game. What's it for? Well, they're going to be making talking dolls. And you'll record a lot of lines of the characters, you know, and we put in there, like, when I was a kid, there was something called Chatty Cathy. You'd pull the string on the back of her neck, and she'd go, Mama, and things like that. And long bygone years. So those dolls never came to fruition like that, because I looked for them later on. I did all the voices for them. I'm sure you probably got that same call at some point.
Well, I know that there were some Portal things like that came out of. There was a turret that had Ellen's voice in it. But I never saw like a talking sniper.
No, I went and recorded some lines and was waiting. I said, let me know, I'll buy some.
I think they just assumed that a doll could never capture the raw sexual energy.
So I just wonder if anybody ever saw any of those, I'd love to hear about it because they'd be pretty collectible now.
Yeah, I don't think they actually ever got to exist, so that's pretty amazing to hear.
You would know. You would know.
Yeah, I don't think they're out there. But John.
Well, I mean, there was a moment that happened many times. My favorite moment in recording lines for these guys, when they would give me some lines, and I'd say all those lines, and then I'd say something else, and just something that occurred to me. And my favorite moment was when in the booth, I mean in the studio, I could just tell them everyone, ooh, 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 and then all of a sudden they'd stop me working, and they'd get together and huddle together, and they'd come up with a whole bunch more lines that were inspired by the one line that I said. And that was, it was a very fun part of working with me, because, if you understand the way video games work, a lot of times they just need the lines that they have so that the game will go forward. But with a game like TF2, where it's all kind of chaos, you're not really telling a story. Everybody's just going around beating on each other. That there was a lot of room for goofing around. And I have to say that the days you know, they say, okay, here's all these lines, and I read all these lines, and say, okay, so now you're gonna be doing the conga. So we just want you to do the conga, and fortunately I knew the conga, and so back then it was before, I think, people were still putting stuff in cuneiform on clay tablets. They didn't have phones then. There just was, you know, smoke signals or something. So they didn't film me doing it. But I was basically in the booth dancing a conga in front of a microphone. Of course, when you're voicing, you can't move your head because it has to be in the same direction, the same relationship with the microphone. So I was dancing a conga without moving my head while saying all the crappy stuff that I said. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine there was some weird moments because this is a pretty messed up guy, right? Like, what about, how do you feel about the pee?
Yeah, but how did you learn about the pee?
Well, I mean, it's my philosophy is this not, but reduce, reuse, recycle. If you're gonna drink coffee, make a weapon out of it. That's all I'm saying.
That's great. Ellen, I know you...
So my favorite, when I laugh the hardest, is when Eric Wolpaw told me that I was going to be a potato battery. That I laughed the hard. I laughed a lot. Those guys made me laugh a lot. And I was listening to Gladys's lines this morning because John and I we were auction items for a couple of charities, and we did them both this morning at Valve. And I was listening to GLaDOS, and I was like, I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that. But they were so funny. And I kept thinking, God, I'm so mean.
But I do want to say, we were just out of Valve today, and they did ask about each one of you guys and how you were doing.
Individually,
while you were
yeah.
there. So they were concerned, and they hope that you're okay, and that you can, you know, call them every once in a while.
Well, Gary, what about you?
Well, let's see. I liked to see if I could just crack up the guys in the booth. That's my usual MO when I get on a job, because if I can make them laugh, they'll remember me.
Particularly if it's a really dramatic, tragic role that you're doing.
Yeah, especially when I'm doing heavy weapons. Doing demo man, and I remember sometimes I would just do the lines as I was, in the 1980s, I was a character in a children's show called Zoobly Zoo, and I played Bravo Fox. And so who talked like this, you know? So I would do the lines as heavy, you know. Cry some more, come on, cry some more. Little baby man. That would crack him up, and then I think there was one other time. It's like, so when when Demo Man had to swear, you know, they just said, just swear your head off, bleep it out, and I swore my head off. That was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Ellen, do you remember any of the monkey lines that you did?
Poopy Joe. I love Poopy Joe.
We love that monkey. Well, yeah, TF2 is a pretty weird game, so I also want to ask, what do you guys think about the fans? Are they as weird, or are they cool?
They're not any weirder than us.
Yeah, I guess, have any of you guys had any recent fan interactions or any cool fan art you've seen?
Oh, well, I mean, the fan art that we get, a lot of people sending me fan art on my Twitter feed now, and I mean, you know, like 90% of it just blows my mind how phenomenal it is. There's some great artists out there, and I got this one at a con. One young woman gave me things about Sniper and GLaDOS basically being married. And it says, "Oh, make my wife. She's a supercomputer," and GLaDOS is saying, "We should start testing very soon," or something like that. Stuff. And that kind of understanding of the kind of humor that Valve is famous for, and I think it really creates a community of you guys. I mean, all you guys kind of get it. You know, you're in there, and you love the absurdity and the juxtaposition of total nuttiness with absolute life-threatening danger. And all the fan art that we get is kind of like, I mean, I love it. Like our little, sniper and administrator, they're cute. Of course, they're deadly, but they're cute,
Yeah.
I just love that. So the fans, yes, absolutely are as weird as the game, if not like exponentially weirder.
I only got into this a couple of years ago. I got a call from John saying, there's going to be interested in coming to some Comi-Cons. I said, why? Well, it has to do with Team Fortress 2. And I said, that game they did? I said, oh. So I came and I thought, what preface to this, when the game came out, I didn't even get an Xbox because I had little children, and I knew what the content of this game was from all the lines I'd done. I said, I want my kids playing this game. I know that they'll turn out to be, like jailbirds, So when I met all of you, many, many more, the first couple of Comic-Cons I went to, I was absolutely stunned. I was like, these people are so nice. Where'd they come from? They're not walking around. Well, maybe some of you do have gold
You are
teeth in your
criminals.
But I expected all the gore and blood in that game and the violence, and I thought, God, what are these people going to be like when I meet them? But the tf2 community is the sweetest, most compassionate, supportive people I have ever come across. We have these fundraisers that we just blow the roof off the place for gamers who need help. And it's just been a real pleasure to meet everybody. And these Comic-Cons are like places where you can just come and be whoever you are. And that just doesn't happen outside here somehow. It's just I can be whoever I am and everybody will love me. And it's fantastic. So congratulations to all of you. I don't know how we did with Team Fortress 2. So many of you say, you got me through my adolescence, so I wouldn't have gotten through without you. I'm like, okay.
You guys are getting me through my old age.
So yeah, it's great, So thank you.
I think the coolest thing that I've seen was I was at a Comic-Con in Pensacola, and a really interesting, very talented balloon artist.
Oh, yes.
Bruce Carr, his name is. And first of all, he can do a perfect impression of me. And second of all, he made a 10-foot tall balloon costume of Heavy, and got inside of it and walked into the Comic-Con going, "Where is Heavy?" and I have pictures with him, and he made me a giant balloon sandwich. Amazing.
A giant balloon sandwich, that's right. We're all trying to lose weight, so a giant balloon sandwich would be wonderful.
Easier to find though.
That's right.
But I couldn't get any static electricity because nothing.
Definitely. But yeah, the community is amazing, and they love what you guys do. They love you guys doing your own voices. But here's another question, which is, if we go one by one, which person in the room, Gary, do you think would do Heavy the best?
Who could do Heavy the best? I would think it would be John.
Me do Heavy? What, are you out of your mind?
Bloody hell!
I'd like to take a shot at Heavy.
Let's hear it.
What's wrong with you, baby? You baby man?
Anybody can do it.
I think I've actually heard, Gary, I've heard you trying to spy once.
Well, spy, of course, is very easy to do. Just be a French asshole.
Yes, it's a attitude.
It is. Ellen, can we get a spy from you?
I don't know.
You just think of singing in French.
Je pleure dans mon cœur, je me vis pas.
You bring it to
2 octaves low.
I'm singing in French. Chacun le sait, chacun le dit. I can't do it.
He's so good.
I can do pyro.
That's amazing.
It's very, very good.
It's a tough accent, yes.
Gary, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I really want to hear you do medic.
Oh, medic! Oh, Archimedes! Harry is my best friend! Oh, we are going on a date! Answer the question! Answer the question!
That was great. Great time.
Torn between two lovers.
You guys do it great. You guys make a great couple. But yeah.
Romance for
And
the
he'll be here tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Meet
Yeah,
the Mercs.
Come and get a medical.
How many of you guys know about Meet the Mercs tomorrow night? A couple of hands, okay, not everybody, okay.
All right,
So,
well,
yeah, we have a meetup off-site. It's on 3rd and Lenora, which is just a few blocks that way. Tomorrow night at 7, and let me see, if you go to my YouTube page or my Twitter feed, you can find adverts for it. You can get, where can you get tickets? Tickets are like $20 to just come in, and $40 and you get your own free piece of art autograph.
Oliver was handing out these cards.
yeah, we have these caps. So if anybody wants to know about it after the panel,
Okay, great.
just come up to us and grab one. Yeah, there'll be plenty.
How do we get on that? Anyway, how do we get on that?
See medic.
Yeah, see medic.
Robin isn't here now, but he flies in tomorrow morning, so he'll be here at Meet the Mercs tomorrow night.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
How many of you guys have been following the search for sandwich videos? Few? Okay, cool. We're gonna be, there's gonna be some stuff that happens tomorrow night. It's gonna be very cool.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to what we were doing before, the tf2 humor, medic loves heavy, heavy loves medic. We, in August, I believe, we recorded a video where you all reacted to this very famous animation called Heavy is Dead by Delac. And, I just wanted to have like a bit of a follow-up talk. What did you guys initially think of that and that kind of humor? Gary, are you still confused about it? Do you still think too hard
Once I
about
saw
it?
the video, I said, okay. But when you showed me the script, I just said, all right. It's a scattershot kind of humor, for sure, but it was hilarious. It was very funny. But it really took off.
It really did. It's I think it might be the most viewed video with you guys. I don't know ever. But yeah,
My reaction to seeing it was that if the practice of gaming allows people to think and talk that fast, then we should all be doing it because it will keep us, compos mentis into old age. Because it was such a rapid fire production. I was like, oh my God, how do they even do this? It's just, the editing must have been.
Adderall.
That's it. All right.
But to me, it was the perfect answer because a lot of people my age saying, well, when I was a kid, we had a stick and a rock, and we made our own fun. And it's like the old people don't realize that you have a stick and a rock too. It's just a much cooler stick and a rock. You start from there, from open source code on tf2, and make entire worlds and stick in the portal gun in Half-Life 2 and do all these wild and wacky things, and they're wonderful. And it really makes me, being a creative person myself, makes me very happy that these video games, far from stultifying creativity in young people, it really just makes creativity kind of explode, and it's really wonderful. And I thought it was just that video, Heavy is Dead, is just wackadoodle. I mean, it's totally anarchistic. Screw the universe, we are nuts.
Yeah.
Kind of humor, and I really loved it.
But you're totally right with the stick in the rock thing. The animator who made that is actually so talented and has been doing that for years and has so many fans. that recently, and I'm not saying it's because of our video, but recently they actually made an official music video for Crazy Frog. If you guys have heard of that. So they've come fine. They love you guys. They were so happy to see you guys, well, watch the video. Maybe not understand it. What about you, Ellen?
What you said.
Yep.
I just think Adderall must be better than Jared Hall.
Well, you know, they say gaming is like a drug. So, all right, so another one is, you know, this whole tf2 blow up online, like how big it's become. It was kind of simmering for many years, and now you guys all of a sudden are in this spotlight. And I know some of you guys didn't know that it was there, and are still getting used to it. But would you guys say that you're completely used to it now, or does it still feel weird that there's just, you know, like we're in Seattle at Comi-con, there's a room filled of tf2 fans?
No, I'm thrilled with it. This is, it tickles me to just, somebody comes up to me and just says, "Are you a voice actor?" And I go, "From my face."
Yeah.
You're obviously not a movie star, a teen dream.
No, yeah, you're gonna see me on Tiger Beat. No, but I mean, it's wild, and I think, you know, it's because of the Search for the Sandwich videos that have kind of taken off, because they show us being the voices, and
Well, it's
you can
interesting
put
to
a
me
face
that-
now to the voice.
That it just kind of was a coincidence that Shork and Andrew Ho, our friend, and Robin down in LA were kind of getting this idea that it would be cool to get as many voice actors in the game together as possible, at the same time that there was a real fan-based movement to try to get the game fixed, try to get the bot problem sorted out. And at the same time, Valve actually decided to try to do something about it and came up with an update last summer. And all that kind of came together. But what hits me again and again is that being a movie star is profoundly different from being a video game star. And if you're a movie star, you know, a bunch of people get in a room, in a dark room, and watch the movie star tell a story for a couple hours. When we interact with you guys, you're out there for thousands of hours trying to kill us or avoid being killed by us, which makes a closer bond. You know what I'm saying?
And loving us for it.
Right. But it's also, I start thinking, you know, how long has chess been around? It's been around for centuries. I wonder if tf2 is going to be around, 500 years from now.
Chess?
We've all been done through brain chips by that point.
Right.
I'll tell you, I can tell you on my part that I was absolutely just gobsmacked, because they mentioned tf2 when they invited me to the first Comic-Con, and I said, yeah, well, but that game must have died by now. I mean, I stopped doing dialogue for it 5 years ago at least, you know.
You certainly did everything you could to kill it with your.
Yeah, well, that's true. And Pyro tried to flame it and everything. Because you know, it was a game came out, I guess, during the early millennial age, and
2007.
my kids would have played it, you know, had we had the Xbox, most of their friends did, and we would get called in every year 3 or 4 times to record new dialogue for updates and things like that, and for talking dolls or whatever else they had for us to do. And so when that stopped, I thought, oh, well, that's the end of Team Fortress 2, and it was nice, you know, it was a steady paycheck for 10 years or so. And then to find out that the game is bigger than I ever imagined it was, that it's not even on CDs anymore. It's global online, and then to have done a live stream and these people from all over the world. I mean, how many people are from countries other than the U.S. today in here? Look, see, yeah. Well, how many people came from elsewhere? I mean, it's just amazing, and it's been a double-edged sword, because that meant I had to get on social media. And I'm still heavy lift. But I'm having some fun with it, and I finally just hired my own son to be my social media manager. Most of the posts you see now were made by him, or posted by him, so thanks to Lee. So no, I was just amazing, and to see everybody here just, wanting to rub elbows with us and meet new people all over the place. See all the costumery and the cosplay, it's fantastic.
Yeah, the cosplay's wild.
It's really nice, yeah.
I'd like to draw attention to this young woman right here, and there was what. Go ahead, stand up, sweetie.
Oh, she's got a flag.
Well, Ellen, are you used to being famous? I mean, you're the superstar, aren't you?
I don't know, am I used to it? What?
I think that Ellen has dealt with it very well. It's been very interesting being married to her. I don't know if you guys know that I published a novel a while back, and my publisher said, "Okay, well, you guys are traveling around as voice actors. You're going to the concert like that, so we'll give you these bookstores to go to in various places, plug the book and stuff like that." And I mean, there was this wonderful comic store just off of Times Square on Manhattan, and we went in, and I went up to the guy and I said, "Hi, I'm John Patrick Lowry. I'm the voice of the sniper in Team Fortress 2." He said, "Oh, very nice to meet you." And this is my wife, Ellen. She's the voice of Gladys in Portal. Really? So that's kind of my life, But Ellen has been a very gracious person, and it's been fun for me to watch. I mean, not everybody gets to see Guillermo del Toro drop their wife's name on social media when he was putting out Pacific Rim. Not everybody gets to be in a room this size, twice this size, and your wife walks in, and everybody gets on the floor and starts doing weird So it's been a lot of fun for me.
I want to mention.
But I should just say, but my voice students are not impressed.
This was interesting. I would, of the various podcasters around the world who contact us for interviews and just various things. One of the first ones I spoke to said, "Do you know, Dennis, that the rumors going around the internet that you died?" I said, "Well, that's like Mark Twain. That's kind of exaggerated." I said, "Why would someone think I died?" He said, "Well, nobody sees you on social media." And so I thought, okay, so being absent from social media equals death to these people. And so I said, okay, well, I guess that there's a cue for me. I need to get on social media. I'm not ready to go toast to Jesus yet.
Well, you guys have an amazing presence together online, and it's so nice seeing everything you do. And this is another silly question, but if the mercenaries went on a trip together, like a theme park or something like that, where would they go if they went all together?
So let me get this straight. All the mercenaries
Mm-hmm.
and the administrator
Yeah.
in like a van
Yeah, I guess you could say.
driving across the country?
Yeah.
No, in a Corolla.
Right, in a 2008 Toyota Corolla. So the question is not where would we go, the question is literally how far would we get? Where do you think we go?
Hell.
We would already be there. As soon as we got in that Corolla, it would be there. Let's see, where there's Headshot, North Dakota. I'd love to go there.
Well, I think there's actually a Hell, Idaho. And
Yes.
I think we think that's the real hell, so we head over there.
Nice. Okay, so here's a bit of a hot take from you guys that a lot of people wonder, but red or blue? Red or blue team?
Oh, well.
No, that's a lazy answer. You can't say that.
All right, as I recall from The Visible Man, a model of the human body I put together when I was a kid. It's the red blood that comes out of the heart and the blue blood that goes back into the heart.
Oh.
Do you remember that drawing of the circulatory system? The red blood is oxygen-rich blood. It's going out to the muscle. Now, every time I cut myself when I was a kid, I would know if I saw red blood, it was an artery coming from the heart. And if I saw blue blood, it was a vein going back to the heart. Only I never saw blue blood.
Did you have a lot of friends as a child?
Well, I knew a lot of people who called themselves blue bloods and didn't associate with me. So, no, so what would be red or blue? Would be red or blue?
I
It
want
made
to
the
say
song.
red, but because I'm.
You're gonna call me bastard.
But I like blue.
We started a discussion about who gets killed more. And I got the impression that the blue spy gets killed more than the red spy.
Yeah, it's in the movies.
Go red, maybe. Go red.
All right.
When you meet the sniper, he's in red. And so I always kind of thought of him as red. And so I have to say that I like the blues more because they have such nice big foreheads.
Of course, I've been a blue spy ever since this began, and
Yeah.
just because I didn't have a red suit in the closet.
I mean, blue is great. Both teams are great. We need team equality. So besides Meet the Mercs and other things, when are we getting new Sandwich Saga content? You know, everybody's waiting for it.
Yeah, well, you know, we held a contest for the next Sandwich Saga video, and we have a winner.
And I don't know if you guys knew that we had a screenwriting contest to write a screenplay
To
for
write
us.
the next episode.
And we got some great submissions.
Oh my
Were they all
gosh.
great?
They were all, some of them were like full-length movies.
Yes,
Yeah, many of
they
them are
were,
way
they
too
were
long.
all very clever, and we liked all of them. Some of them were just too long.
Yeah, we'd have to put them into 2 or 3 parts to make
Really?
one that would post. Well, we have a winner, and we're going to announce it tomorrow night at Meet the Mercs, and we're going to try to get online with her at some point, and make a big official announcement. And we're going to try to shoot it this weekend.
Right, we're gonna try to shoot it on Sunday, and then we're gonna try to, and then Shork has a thing, do you wanna talk about that yet, or is that so?
Oh yeah, I can bring it up. So in just a bit, there's going to be Q&A. So everybody get your questions ready, and then once we say go, you just put your hand up, and we'll pick from the crowd. But I guess I can talk about something else. Now this is a reach, but does anybody recognize this guy?
Boom, headshot.
Yeah, so in the upcoming week, this is a project that's been worked on for months by me and John. We will be filming Meet the Sniper in real life. We've got everything set up. We've got an RV, a camper van, everything. So you guys will get to see what it would be like if it was real life. And tomorrow, again at Meet the Mercs, if you want to see more, you know, John might actually have his life-sized sniper rifle there. So if you guys want to see that, you should.
I might bring Sasha.
That's a good idea.
Cause did you guys meet the Real Heavy?
Yeah.
The Short?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Short shot that video last year.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for watching it, because that was great.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
but yeah, so when we're starting season 2 of Search for Sandwich is probably going to be later this spring.
Yeah.
We can't do it in March because Ellen and I are going to Tahiti for 2 weeks. See, please, more pity. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, so as for questions, just remember we can't really answer any questions about updates because we're not really Valve. You know, we don't know, we're not mind readers. So just, you know, keep them simple, funny.
Sure. There was a question just earlier
Yeah.
about fan art
Yeah.
that had come to us, and I was just given this today. I don't know how many of you are familiar with these stuffies, these plushies. They are apparently coming out in every variety of mercenary. So this is the spy. At home I have the heavy and the medic and the scout.
Yeah.
Sent out by Niblet.
Yeah, that's Niblet, a great community member who does like fan-made merchandise, and it looks awesome. I think they're working on a big, not coloring book, but like an activity book, a tf2 themed one. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, they're gonna be available via streaming.
Yeah, you can get them
So that's
signed.
just an example of some of these are really high quality dolls, I'll tell you what.
It'll be the first 3D thing that these have.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that depends. If John and I do our little plan, we had talked. We were talking about maybe selling Girardi to raise money for the next big projects. But yeah. So does anybody have questions? Anybody got questions? Well, I guess I'm gonna go put the pressure on you guys, and you guys get to choose.
Okay, we'll start in front.
Hi. So, despite the fact that there hasn't been any really big, like, canon SFMs, or else it's like Expiration Date, which came out almost 10 years ago, the SFM community, for the fans, is still thriving. And I was wondering if you've seen any of the recent ones. Like, for example, I think last month, the full-length horror movie, Evans's Blue, came out.
Right, right.
I was wondering if you were familiar, and like, what your favorite SFMs, other than obviously Heavy's Dead, might be.
Now, repeat the question because other people.
Oh, okay, so she's asking me what our favorite recent fan-generated animated film of TF2 theme would be. And it's, I mean, you're asking me to pick my favorite child, you know what I mean? I just love the creativity. I love the amount of thought that goes into them, the zaniness, the embrace of chaos and anarchy, I really couldn't pick a favorite. Every time I watch one, I think, oh, these guys are just maniacs. I love them. So yeah, but I mean, thank you for that very, very uncomfortable question.
Because I don't think I had a chance to see them all, so I wouldn't really comment.
There is.
Yeah, I don't see them all, but I saw one a few years ago, maybe several years ago, of Heavy in a plane. That was awesome. That was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was just watching that yesterday, yeah. It was.
Did you guys know that Valve used to have a whole award ceremony for this kind of thing called the Saxies, where people could enter an animation and actually win like a trophy in Team Fortress 2 and a tour to Valve. And Turbulence, as you just mentioned, actually won.
Really?
Yeah,
They should have. It was amazing.
Yeah.
yeah, and Spy also has his own plane in that. The French plane. It's a great animation. I recommend watching it.
In Turbulence.
And Turbulence, yeah.
Great.
It's incredible, beautiful. I mean, well directed. It's well edited. Really professional.
We've had some art created connected to the Search for Sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Episodes, and I've been stunned by that. I'm like, wow, my God, you know, I think it was the existential angst episode with Spy, deciding that they'd taken the wrong path in life, and someone sent some art that they had created from that. It was animated. It was just the beginning of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but it was stunning, just really unbelievable.
And there's a music video of Heavy singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
There's tons. There's like, you could. You guys could dive into that animation one day and you wouldn't be done for, I don't know, a month. There's so much stuff, like so much. Even
It's huge.
even 10 years ago, there was just a sea of things.
But this is what, it really inspired me, because when we decided to start doing these Search for Sandwich videos, you know, my compatriots would be worried about, well, what should we do then? And I would keep saying, buddy, we cannot be too stupid. You know, there is no bottom of
This is
stupid.
TF2.
You know, yeah, right.
So it's come down to is if we just stand in various places and have bread from it.
Yep. I think you guys are definitely hitting that.
Complex plots, who cares?
You guys have a great sense of humor, especially with the secret lady,
Mysterious
guy, mysterious woman.
Who will be with us tomorrow night at meetup?
Yeah, meet the merch. Okay.
She will be mysterious.
So we have 12 questions out there. I'm going to pick the highest hand. You sir in the red and the coveralls, yeah.
Alright. So this is more or less of a question for a short, but do you guys have any other plans on making any other videos with the voice actors?
Oh yeah, we're doing some stuff.
Yeah, and also like maybe what's the next Meet the Real Merc video?
Meet the Real Sniper. It's being filmed
We're
this week.
filming that this coming week.
And the next one depends on my budget, because I realized making these is kind of expensive, except for Meet the Heavy, where we were just sitting in a shed. So, you know.
Well, have you guys seen the latest one that Short put together from the archival monologue, the early monologue of Spies That Never Got Used?
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, Dennis showed me one of his first recordings of Val ever, which is actually, it might have been a beta version of Meet the Spy, because all the Meet the Team videos were based on monologues that they got doing their audition scripts. So we might have found like a deleted version of Meet the Spy. And it's pretty interesting, but yeah, Dennis did a great job
Well,
with that.
you created an entire prehistory, an alternate history of
Yeah,
Spy.
yeah, but if you guys can go watch
That's
that.
fantastic. He's a great narrator too.
But yeah, so
But the title of it is,
the Meet the Spy We Never Had or something?
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
get
okay,
the
and
idea down there.
back there with the wrench, huh?
This one's for Dennis. What do you think Spy and Pyro look like under their masks?
Well, of course, Pyro is a burn victim. As well as, you know, a pyromaniac. He played with matches way too much when he was a kid, or they were a kid. And so, you know, he's got some issues. But the Spy, of course, is the handsomest man in the world. He's been voted by, prison wardens everywhere.
Okay, way in the back there. That hand back there. Yeah, you, right.
All right, question. Do you all remember Lego Dimensions?
Yes.
My favorite Jonathan Colton song is actually in that game.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Uh-huh. It's when GLaDOS brags about being a friend of Batman.
Okay, I don't know if you're a musketeer or a big hat. No, wizard, you're a wizard, obviously.
Do you know any knife tricks?
I know any knife tricks. I used to play scratch when I was a kid, where we would throw knives at each other's toes.
That sounds like the Spy.
That's why we call him Naito.
You throw the knife and then you'd have to move your foot and your ankle to that point. And if the farther away you could make it stick, you could make somebody, split. But not the Spy knife. I'm looking for someone to give me lessons, really. Need to get the weapon. Yeah, I'd love to see you. I'd love to see you.
Okay, I get to call on the person in orange in the very back with horns.
What are your favorite brands of barbecue sauce?
What's your favorite brand
What's our
of
favorite
barbecue
brands of
sauce?
barbecue sauce? And I recommend to everyone, if you want to ask a question, wear a really thick mask and sit right in the back. What's our favorite brand of barbecue sauce?
I never use it.
Oh, I'm a Memphis barbecue man myself. I go for the Memphis style.
Boy, Memphis is really good. Flying through Memphis is great just for that.
Yeah.
But
Now, if we're talking barbecue, I like North Carolina barbecue the best.
See, that's the alternate universe. That's, North Carolina barbecue is evil.
I gotta hear from the medic over here with the hacksaw.
Hello. In relation to Meet the Mercs, how many Halo cart lines do you guys remember?
I'm always talking about the cart, aren't I?
You're gonna love Meet the Mercs then. I have a miniature payload cart I've been bringing in, driving around, so you guys can say all those lines.
Great. We'll look them up online.
Maybe I'll put an explosive in there. Watch out.
Good. Looking forward to it.
Red glove, red glove.
I was wondering what all of your guys' favorite taunts are from tf2.
Yeah, like the dancers.
Taunts, Taunts.
My favorite one has to be, that was so easy, I think I'm getting worse.
I think my favorite is
Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell!
Why, that had to go with, I am not one of your fried chicken tramps. Seduce me!
You, sir, yeah, with the, yes.
This is for you and Ellen. What was it like your first experience about, like, since you guys were there back with Half-Life 2, what was it like to...
Oh, okay, so here's the thing. You tell the story.
Oh, okay, well, right. They, I got the gig to be the voice of the citizens, and I was going in, and then Ellen got a call from her agent, said, they'd like you to be the voice of the Overwatch, in the back, and we were going in, and she'd have a gig, and I'd have a gig. And it just so happened that on this one particular day, we both had a gig on the same day. And Ellen went in and said, so, you're gonna be seeing my husband next. And I believe what they did was this. What? And they didn't know that we were married because she's Ellen McLean, I'm John Patrick Lowry. And they thought that was so hilarious that they made us the bickering married couple at the end of Left 4 Dead.
Except they cut out all my lines.
Right. We were originally supposed to be on the houseboat radio, and I'm saying, oh, we have a houseboat here, we can pick you up. And she's in the background going, are you crazy? There's zombies everywhere, we're getting out of here. Something like that. So,
And they cut me, but I still got paid.
Okay, you've been holding your hand up with the kind of glove thingy. Huh?
If the mercenaries were to put on a stage play, which one do you think they'd put on?
Oh, Death of a Salesman.
I'd say no exit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, how about Merry Wives of Windsor? Heavy could be one of the wives. Pyro could be the other wife. And administrator could be Falstaff. Yes, over there.
This is me. Do any of you have a favorite movie or anything like that?
Oh, favorite, sure. I mean, there's so many. I have to say, I was very disappointed that, so Ellen and I, if you're from Seattle, you know that we have the only Cinerama theater left. And it was
Right,
just
Sif,
rehabilitated.
and Sif bought the old Cinerama theater.
And 3 weeks ago, they had a marathon of all the Hobbit movies and all the Lord of the Rings movies.
And we went to all of
We went to
them.
all of them. And I was thinking, if they just waited 3 weeks, they could have coordinated it with Comi-Con.
Because Frodo and Sam are
Yeah,
here tomorrow.
But I mean, there's two kinds of movies that are my favorites. The one favorite is the movie that I probably watched the most times. But then there are movies that you can't really watch more than once, but that are just really, really impactful. I get so many.
Well, we get some of us are members of the Screen Actors Guild, and so we get
We're all members.
we get the screeners for the Academy Awards.
The SAG Awards.
Well, they're also the same ones that go out to the Academy.
Oh, well, right, yeah, that's true.
So we've gotten to see a lot of early releases for the Academy Awards, and I think my new favorite right now is Poor Things. I don't know if any of you have seen it yet, or I think it's in theaters now. But Emma Stone does.
Well, I liked American Fiction.
That's a good one too.
Would you guys watch a Team Fortress 2 movie? And would you be sitting and being upset with them trying to do your voice?
Yes.
Of course, we'd love to do the voices, and we could because it's not a visual medium for us. But it's happening to so many video games right now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Why not TF2? I think we should have a groundswell, make a feature film out of TF2.
Yeah, that has been talked.
They did talk about it, so we have to be better than Doom.
There's lots of diversity.
Right here.
I just had a question. What would be the Merc's favorite movie
caveman.
Yeah, screams.
My first movie with Ron Perlman.
I remember watching it, and your scream was kind of scary. You're going like,
Blue plaid sleeves, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is for Gary. What's your favorite thing you've ever said in the heavy voice?
The favorite thing I've said in heavy voice. Oh, boy. I love saying,
Cry like little baby man.
Okay, yes?
What is like a line that just the first time you read it, you were like, what am I even reading here?
oh, there were a lot of those.
I'm an owl.
Way in the back, short sleeve, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
What is Heavy's favorite sandwich?
Good question.
And cheese?
Oh, I think like with all things, your favorite is the one you don't have right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's
The one we're looking for, yeah.
Oh, this I'd like to see is the black glove right there. What's your question? Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about the voice?
What's our favorite thing about what?
The character we voice. The favorite thing of the character we voice.
Says the sniper.
My favorite thing is how many women dress like me.
Oh, and you have your giraffe.
Well, I just think, aside from the fact that I play the spy, I just think he's the coolest guy. He's just so cool. And the fact that Scout would come to him for lessons in seduction is just, a feather in his cap. So that's great. I love this guy.
All right, I'm pointing at you.
Yes. Following up on the movie question, if you could cast someone to play the character, each of your characters in that movie, who would you pick?
Meryl Streep.
I like the guy. Did anybody ever seen the TV show The IT Crowd? Yeah. Noel Fielding is the guy who like the goth. I think if you dress him up like this guy, he'd be great.
And he's also on the Great British Baking show, which I'm addicted to.
Well, I think I'd like to have Idris Elba play me.
Okay, so we've got about.
Actually, I think, who plays Roxborough? Do you guys know the Australian series Rake? About a lawyer? I highly recommend it. Roxborough is his last name.
Yeah, Roxborough. Yeah, I can.
But I think he might be a great sniper.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we've got about 5 minutes left. If you've got a question, hand up and just.
So the two arms up. No, behind, yes.
Yeah, the girl with the glasses.
Glasses.
The glasses, yes.
Glasses.
She's had her hand up a long time.
I gotta ask, is Chell and GLaDOS being gay real?
Is Chell and GLaDOS what?
Being gay real?
What?
Being gay? Being gay.
Are they dating?
Being what?
Gay.
Are they being gay? I don't know. Now, here's the thing.
GLaDOS doesn't have any genitals. I don't know.
Chell is the avatar for every player. So I think every player gets to decide.
And I like to say that about all the characters in TF2. I mean, there are a lot of video games where you're meeting people that you interact with, and so some of them are straight, some of them are gay, stuff like that. But when you're in a game where everyone is playing the people that you're playing with, if a gay guy is playing the sniper, then that sniper is a gay guy. If a trans person is playing the sniper, that sniper is trans. I think that is the answer to the question, because these characters are being played by the players, and so whatever the player is, that's what the character is. And I think that anyone who needs the TF2 characters to be this or that, I'm sorry that you're so insecure. Because everybody gets to be their own person. The one thing that we're all in our 70s now, and we have watched a good 3.5 generations grow up, and I've seen that each generation redefines sexuality in their own image.
And they think they just invented it.
Which they get to do. The one thing that I know is that each person's sexuality is their own, and it doesn't belong to anybody else. And I love expression. I think that we're all up here, we're creative people. We love people to express themselves, and we love for people to be able to express themselves, not what somebody else thinks they should be. So that's
There's the person
Amen.
here.
What would be your mercenary's favorite food, and what's your actual favorite?
The snobb's favorite food is, I'm embarrassed to say that, I mean, of course, coffee and human flesh. So, my favorite food, much to my waistline's sadness, is pizza.
I think the spy loves simply liver and red wine. He want fresh liver from Blue Spice.
I know that the administrator loves her cocktails at any time of day. But my favorite food is Raisin Bran.
I love me scramble. And it goes good with lobster.
What about heavy?
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Heavy likes big blinis with sour cream and caviar.
What about Gary?
Huh?
What does Gary like?
Oh, I like a good beet salad. With goat cheese and pistachios.
You, sir, with the goggles on your, yeah.
Are there any major inspirations for your characters, like other movie characters or game characters that you pulled from when coming up with?
Well, I was inspired for GLaDOS. I was inspired by Hal. Of course. I mean, who wouldn't be?
L9000.
I kind of work from the ground up. I don't know if you guys have been to other panels with voice actors, but when you audition for a game, they give you something about the character, they give you some artwork of the character, and they give you lines to read. And one thing that I love to do is say, okay, this guy looks like this, he says these kinds of things, and as an actor, what our job, basically the only job of an actor is to figure out why your character is talking in the first place and what they're saying.
Definitely.
And when I saw the sniper and he had a campaign hat on, I was like, wow, okay, this guy looks like an Aussie, so I'll give him an Aussie. But he also seemed like a working class guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, you very down to earth, and I think that kind of resonated with them. But I don't really know any Australian people, so
But you do a good job otherwise. I'm sure everybody thinks that. Everybody loves you guys. And time's up. It's been a really great time, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the tf2 voice acting. Yeah, thanks for joining us today, and have a good rest of the day. And remember, read the merch tomorrow. And if you want a business card, I have a bunch of them, so just come by me.